Shalom Aleichem everyone. I hope everyone had an awesome week. Certainly a good week here in Yeshivat Mevaseret. We're working very hard. Guys are doing really well, and Baruch Hashem, Yeshiva is in a very good place. I'm very happy to report. I wanted to share an idea, a bridge idea. Bridging last week's Parsha, Parshas told us, into Parshat Vayetzei. We'll start with last week's Parsha. A striking pasuk that bothered me for many years. The Torah tells us when Yitzchak and Rivka have Yaakov and Esav, Vaye'ehav Yitzchak es Esav kitzai befiv, v'Rivka oheves es Yaakov. Yitzchak loves Esav because he's a hunter, and Rivka loves Yaakov. And there's a very striking asymmetry in that pasuk. Yitzchak loves Esav for a particular reason, kitzai befiv, v'Rivka oheves es Yaakov. So question number one is, why the asymmetry? We know a specific reason why Yitzchak loves Esav, kitzai befiv, and Rivka has that unconditional love for her son Yaakov. So there's an asymmetry in the pasuk. Second point is, why in the world do we find that Yitzchak's attracted to Esav? What exactly is that all about? When our kids come home from Gan every single year, they come home with these caricatures of Yitzchak, of Yaakov and Esav. And Yaakov is always a Hasidic fellow, all dressed up, looking a little bit like a combination between Rav Zucker and Rav Glantz. Nice big hat, tzaddik, yisod olam, that's Yaakov. And Esav, the caricature they come home with, is some kind of picture of a devil with a pitchfork and doing terrible things, and he's, angry looking, etc. And Yaakov is the big tzaddik. So what is it that Yitzchak sees in Esav? Very hard to understand. Was Yitzchak such a glutton for food? That he's a hunter and he wants good meat? Is that what it's all about? Must be something deeper going on. And I believe the answer is as follows. This is my thought. I haven't seen it anywhere. You'll tell me if you like it or you dislike it. That's fine. I believe Yitzchak understood that the next Av was going to be the father of the Yud Beis Shvat. He was going to be the father of Knesset Yisrael. And now he's got a bracha to give. He's got the bracha of Ruchnius that he's going to give to his children. Who's going to carry on the legacy of Avram and Yitzchak? And he saw two sons. He saw Esav, a man of action, a man of this world, a hunter. And then he saw Yaakov, the Ish Tam Yoshev Ohalim. A from young boy, simple boy, sitting and steiging in the Beis Medrash. He looked at his father, Yitzchak, at Avram. Who was Avram? Avram was a Renaissance man. Avram was the Machnis Orachim par excellence. He was the first monotheist. He has a personal relationship with Hashem. He has a relationship with people. He's a Makarev. He's a warrior. He fights wars. He's a politician. He does it all. He's wealthy. He does it all. I think Yitzchak understood that the next Av, the father of Yud Beis Shvatim, was going to have to be an Avram-like personality. He was going to have to overcome a lot in this world. He was going to have to be a this-worldly person. He saw Yitzchak himself. Yitzchak is Kulo Kadosh. He's the Midas HaKvura. He's the Yitzchak who is the Akedah. He was a Ola Tmima. He can't leave Eretz Yisrael. He is pure spirituality. When he's davening Mincha and Rivka sees him for the first time, she's so overwhelmed by the power of his spirituality. She falls off her camel. She has to veil herself because the intensity of his Kulo Kedusha. Chazal tell us that Yitzchak, at the Akedah, the Malachim saw what was going on. Tears flowed from their eyes into his eyes. And later on in his life, when he was blinded, he couldn't see those tears of the Malachim. I think what Chazal are telling us is at the Akedah, Yitzchak was a korban. And he was purely, if you will, in another world, a world of pure ruchnis. He couldn't leave Eretz Yisrael. He was blinded, in a certain sense, from the world around him. He was pure spirituality. And now Yitzchak sees his two sons. There's an Esav, and then there's a Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. Who's going to be the Av? Who's going to father Shiftei Ka, the Yud Beis Shvatim? So what did he see in Yaakov? In Yaakov he saw his alter ego. He saw pure spirituality. He saw the Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. And therefore he understood, no, it's Esav. Kitzayid befiv. Because he's a man of action, a man of this world, he's probably the right one. Vaye'ehav Yitzchak es Esav kitzayid befiv. So was Yitzchak right, or was he not right? So I believe he was right. The father of Klal Yisrael, the Bechir Sheva Avos Yaakov Avinu, was going to have to be a man of this world. He was going to have to overcome so many trials, so many challenges, so many nisyonos. He's going to have to deal with Esav. And he has to strategize in his relationship with Esav. Give gifts, tefillah, fight, be ready for everything. Sorrow shel Esav, that mysterious malach. He has to deal with Lavan. He has to deal with fighting and working for his wives, for Rachel, for Leah. He has to deal with the loss of Yosef. He has to deal with power. There's so much in his life, so many challenges, and every step of the way he has to overcome. So indeed, Yitzchak was right. The next Av was going to have to be a man of this world. But what he was wrong about was Yaakov was going to be that person. And perhaps a very profound message is, in order for Yaakov to be that person, Yaakov understood that he had to first fortify himself. In the beginning, it had to be the Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. And by forging that side of him, his spiritual identity, when he had that freedom to do so, then he could go out into the world and overcome an Esav, and overcome a Lavan, and deal with the loss of Yosef, and the infighting of his children. He could deal with all of that because he had been in his formative years, the Yaakov Ishtam Yosef Ohalim. And then when you think about what Yaakov achieved, notice, it's unbelievable. But Yaakov got his bracha, the bracha of ruchnius, the bracha of spirituality, but he also got Esav's bracha, the bracha of gashmius. He's going to get it all. Klal Yisrael is going to get it all. Ruchnius and gashmius. In the beginning of this week's parsha, we open up, Vayivka b'malkum v'yolan sham, Yaakov davens Mariv, and then he goes to sleep, and he dreams. What are the dreams of Yaakov? His dreams are of malachim, of a sulam, mutz of artza, of a rosha, magia hashamayma, and he's dreaming of malachim olim v'yordim, this ladder that's bridging heaven and earth. And the malachim are connecting heaven and earth, because that's exactly who Yaakov is. He's that person who takes the power of his spirituality, of the Yaakov Ishtam Yosef Ohalim, and then he uses it in the world that's around him. And in that way, the Sulam, Mutz of Artza V'Rosh Magia Shamayma, he's bridging Shamayim V'Aretz. He's bridging heaven and earth. Notice he gets the bracha of Gashmius and the bracha of Ruchnius. His bracha and Esav's bracha. Not a surprise, this week's parsha. Laban had two daughters, Rachel and Leah. Rachel was destined to be married to Yaakov. Leah was destined to be married to Esav. That's why she was crying. Ene Leah Rachel, says Rashi. But what ends up happening? Yaakov gets both brachas. He gets his bracha and he gets Esav's bracha. Yaakov gets both wives. He gets Rachel and he gets Leah. Shamayim and Aretz. He gets it all. And we're told, for example, that, again in next week's parsha, we're told when he has the battle with Sorrow Shel Esav, this mysterious angel in the middle of the night, and Yaakov demands a bracha, and he's told by the Sorrow Shel Esav, you're going to be called Yisrael, a very, very exalted name. Yisrael, a Sar Shel Hashem, Kisarit im Hashem v'im Adam v'atucha, im Anashim v'im Elokim v'atucha. You did battle, and you achieved, you conquered people and, if you will, spirituality. You conquered it all. The Gashmis and the Ruchnis, it's all yours. It's all yours for the taking. That's what Yisrael is all about. So in a very, very real sense, I think Yitzchak was correct. Yitzchak was correct. The next Av, the father of Shvatim, of Klal Yisrael, was going to have to be the Renaissance man. Yeah, he thought it was going to be Esav. That's not true. It was certainly Yaakov. And perhaps it's a very profound lesson. Because we can do it all. We can be amazing business people. We can be amazing parents. We can be amazing spouses. We can be community leaders. But I believe the lesson of Yaakov is very, very profound. It's got to start with the Yaakov Ishtam Yosef Ohalim. We have to have a very strong spiritual core. And when we have that strong spiritual core and we take from that core, then we can go out in the world and achieve so many things. The ability to bridge Shamayim V'Aretz, to dream about Malachim, The ladder has part of it on the ground, but it's mutzav, artzav, arosha magia shamayma, the ability to bridge heaven and earth. But the only way we can do that is to make sure that we start off, our foundation is the Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Olim. And therefore, for those of us who are out in the world, always make sure that our priorities in building our day, in building our structure, to make sure we might be in the office 9, 10, 11 hours a day. I remember when I was in the office, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours a day. I remember those days very well. But I also remember that I felt that the axis upon which my day revolved was my Shachris Mincha and Mariv, which somehow I always managed to get to a minyan, and also that Kviyas Itim LaTorah, even though most of my day was in the office. And only part of the day was I in the Beis Medrash, was I learning, was I listening to a shir. But I felt in a very real way, the axis upon which my day revolved was the Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. It's a unique challenge, but with it comes a phenomenal opportunity. And Mirz Hashem, we should be zoche in having all the brachos that Yitzchak Avinu gives to Yaakov, the brachos of Gashmius and the brachos of Ruchnius.